What's up guys, this is Shan Haider, and in this video we are going to do a gaming performance test of Oppo Reno 8T 5G by playing few of the most high-end heavy graphics game on the highest possible graphics setting, and we will also monitor the battery life and whether we are going to face any heating issue or not. But before we start, if you are new to this channel, then do not forget to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get the notification for future uploads. So for this testing purpose, we have set the display resolution to high, that is 120Hz. The battery percentage is 76. CPU temperature is 30 degrees Celsius and the battery temperature is 29 degrees Celsius. From the battery setting, we are going to select the high performance mode to get the best performance out of the device. These are the games we got today here on our Oppo Reno 8T 5G. So first of all, let's start with Injustice 2. Here in the games widget, you can see we have selected the Pro Gamer mode to get the best performance out of the games, and the temperature is 30 degrees Celsius. So the graphics quality is looking quite nice. As you can see here in this widget, we are getting 60 FPS. So the graphics quality is looking quite nice. Lots of details. It's just that we are getting only 60 FPS when Injustice 2 can easily go up to 120 Hz.
At least you'll die laughing.
So the 3D graphics rendering is quite nice. As you can see here, the graphics quality is also good, lots of details. It's just that we are not getting more than 60 FPS on our Oppo Reno 8T 5G while playing Injustice 2. Let's play it a bit more.
It's normal to be intimidated.
So everything is nice and smooth. There is no frame drop, no lagging. The graphics quality is also quite nice. 3D graphics rendering is good. The only drawback is that it does not support more than 60 FPS.
Ready to quit yet?
You want to go a few rounds with me?
So everything was nice and smooth while playing Injustice 2 on Oppo Reno 8T 5G. The only drawback is that it supports only 60 FPS. And talking about the battery status, the battery percentage moved to 74, CPU temperature is 36 degrees Celsius and battery is at 32 degrees Celsius. Now let's play Call of Duty Mobile. So here in the graphics setting of Call of Duty Mobile, by default, high graphics quality and very high frame rate is selected. If I go to very high graphics quality, I can still select the very high frame rate. If I go to max frame rate, then the graphics quality is going back to high. So this is the maximum possible combination if you're talking about the FPS. And if you're talking about the graphics quality, then very high, very high. So I will use the very high graphics quality first, and let's see how much FPS we are going to get. And after that, I will switch to max as well, just to check how much FPS we can get.
Free for all.
So the graphics quality is great. If you have a look on this part, you can see how much detail we are getting. The texture, 3D graphics rendering is amazing. Here as well, if you have a look on the ground, lots of detail we are getting. So good. So graphics quality is really good. We are getting around 38 FPS. There is no frame drop, no lagging, everything is nice and smooth. So the FPS is not getting better than 40 in any case. So there was no frame drop, no lagging, everything was nice and smooth, but we were just getting only 40 FPS while playing it on very high graphics quality and very high FPS. So now I'm going to reduce the graphics quality a bit and put the frame rate to max, and let's see how much we are going to get in terms of FPS. So now I have selected the max graphics quality with high frame rate. So now it is showing 41 FPS, minor improvement. Once again back to 39 FPS, 38 FPS, so it's pretty much same. So it's not getting better than 40 FPS as you can see here. So still 38, 39 FPS, no change in frame rate, even though we have increased the frame rate setting and decreased the graphics quality.
Targets in sight. Contact with enemy.
So now I'm going to reduce the graphics quality to low to see whether we are going to get an improvement in the FPS or not while playing Call of Duty Mobile on Oppo Reno 8T 5G. So we are still getting 39 FPS, it's not getting better than that. So it seems Call of Duty Mobile is not fully compatible with Oppo Reno 8T 5G here, and because of that, doesn't matter on what graphics quality and setting we are playing it, the maximum FPS we are getting is just 40, just like we were getting only 60 FPS here on Injustice 2. So I'm just going to leave it here. Let's go back from here. Let's have a look on the battery status. So the battery percentage is 71 now. CPU temperature is 38 degrees Celsius and the battery temperature is 35 degrees Celsius. Now it's time to play the next game, and that's Alto's Odyssey. Alto's Odyssey also supports up to 120 FPS. So let's see how much FPS we are going to get. So we are getting 59 FPS. 57 FPS. The graphics quality is really nice. Lots of detail. Gameplay is quite smooth as well. But the maximum FPS we are getting is still 60. And here we go. So you can see that we were getting nearly 60 FPS constantly, but it was not getting better than that. even though this game supports up to 120 FPS. Now the battery percentage is 70, CPU temperature is 37 degrees Celsius, and the battery temperature is 35 degrees Celsius. Now let's play Asphalt 9. So here in the graphics setting of Asphalt 9, you can see we have selected the high graphics quality. The 60 FPS mode is not available. So let's play the game and let's see how good it's going to be. So we are getting good amount of details. If you have a look on the cars, the reflection of the light, the details we are getting on the body, on the road as well. It's so good, quite nice for sure. So as expected, we are getting 30 FPS here while playing Asphalt 9 because the 60 FPS mode is not available at all. So the maximum compatibility is just 30 FPS. But the graphics quality is really good. So the gameplay was quite nice, even though we were just getting 30 FPS and the graphics quality was pretty solid. Now the battery percentage is 69, CPU temperature is 38 degrees Celsius and the battery temperature is 34 degrees Celsius. Now it's time to play the last game for today, and that's PUBG Mobile. Here in the graphics setting of PUBG Mobile, by default HD is selected for the graphics quality and high for the frame rate. I cannot select high onwards in terms of graphics quality. If I go to balance, then ultra frame rate is getting enabled, and same is with the smooth. So the maximum possible graphics combination is HD with high and balanced with ultra. So I will try both of these to see how much FPS we are going to get, just like we did in Call of Duty Mobile. So here we are getting around 30 FPS on the high graphics quality and high frame rate, and the graphics quality is quite nice. If you have a look on the character, you can see the crease on the costume, the reflection of the light from the shoulder pad, from the costume, the shadow on the ground. It's looking quite nice for sure. And also if you have a look on the ground, we are getting good amount of details as well. .60 FPS is what we are getting. 30 FPS is what we are getting constant. So we are still getting 30 FPS. This is what we are getting constantly so far. But once again, you can have a look on the effect we are getting on the body of this plane. The reflection of the light. It's so good. So you can see we are constantly getting 29 FPS, but the graphics quality is looking quite nice. Once again, if you have a look on the ground here, lots of details we are getting. So as you can see, not much action is happening here right now. But the graphics quality is pretty solid. We are constantly getting 30 FPS. And there is no frame drop or lagging. Everything is nice and smooth. So if I change the graphics quality to balanced and frame rate to ultra, let's see whether we are going to get any better FPS or not. And it is improved for sure. Now we are getting 40 FPS. So it moved directly from 30 to 40 FPS. It's a bit smoother for sure. Now if I reduce the graphics quality to smooth, let's see whether we are going to get better than 40 or not. So it's still 40 FPS. Even if we have selected the lowest possible graphics quality. So better to go with the a bit higher graphics quality and ultra frame rate, because we will still get 40 FPS and the graphics quality will be a bit better. So I'm just going to leave it here. Let's have a look on the battery status. So the battery percentage moved to 65. CPU temperature is 38 degrees Celsius and the battery is at 35. So the battery performance is quite solid, because after playing all of these games for like 45 minutes, the battery percentage moved from 76 to 65, even though we were playing all of these games on the highest possible graphics setting, on the high performance battery mode, and on 120Hz refresh rate. And talking about the temperature, the device is pretty much at the same temperature at which we have started playing all of these games. The device is not hot at all, and the same goes with these numbers as well. Performance is also quite solid. The only drawback is that cap on the frame rate. So even though few games they are supporting up to 120 FPS, even though you got a 120Hz display, you won't get 120 FPS. For example, in Call of Duty Mobile or the Altos Odyssey, also in Injustice 2, everything was getting capped at some particular frame rate. So that's all for now, friends. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it useful, then give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe the channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notification for future uploads. And I will see you guys next time in another video. Have a nice day.